this morning. He gathered anonymous quotes from over 24 NFL coaches about the incoming draft quarterbacks. Now I believe Mac Jones is going to the 49ers at 3rd. Because there's one thing said that's fascinating by multiple people. So let's start with the quotes. First, there's Trevor Lawrence. Here's the quote that jumped out to me. Said an anonymous scout, no-brainer top guy. I was trying to be critical, not just go with the flow. The more you study him and the other guys, he's the best by a wide margin. I agree with that. I think everybody else is a prospect. He's a prodigy, very LeBron-like. Then there's Zach Wilson, seen as the number 2 pick of the Jets. Said anonymous quarterback coaches, I definitely have concerns about the level of competition. He's not playing against an SEC defensive front or even Pac-12 or Big 12. Love the talent. There's a lot of risk there to me. You're watching him going, don't throw it, don't throw it. And then he does make plays. He's crazy on the field with his decisions. Another coach went on to say regarding Zach Wilson, he's really good, but the bad is really, really bad. By the way, sounds a little like Sam Darnold, right? Didn't they just get rid of him? And when he goes to a bad team like the Jets and he's trying to win games, big concerns. I see a lot of, why would you even try that? I'd bet it doesn't work out with him. And unlike Trey Lance and Justin Fields, at least they're 6'4", 230 and can run. By the way, I do think Zach Wilson has the highest bust potential. Now we go to a third quarterback, a quarterback I actually know a little bit. I've met a couple of times, Trey Lance, says an anonymous quarterback coach. Several coaches actually said this. Tough evaluation, maturity A+, football IQ A+, team guy, very self-aware. He just needs to play more. To me, he has the biggest upside of anybody in the draft. This is what I believe. I think he has to sit a year, but I think he and Trevor Lawrence are really the eye-popping talents. I said this a year ago when I saw his tape. I said, he doesn't even look like any of the other players. Then there's Justin Fields. A lot of people are critical of Justin. I love the guy, but if he has to play this year, said a scout, that is scary. I have him rated 5th among the quarterbacks. Super efficient, very productive, 6'3", runs a 4.4. I'm not sure he sees the field that well. I may disagree, but there's a lot of criticism with him with scouts. They worry a lot about, and I hear this a lot, seeing the field, blah, 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 whatever. And then there's Mac Jones, and this is where it gets interesting. So everybody knows he's got an athletic ceiling. But this is what they're saying. And it all kind of is on the same thing. I am driving the bandwagon. I noticed something last year after Tua got hurt and Mac went in. They stopped running RPOs and started calling drop back stuff, pro stuff. I was like, oh, they trust him. But he's more than just that. I think he's the best thrower of the football by a lot. Other coaches go on to say anonymously, if I had to win right now, this year, he's the most advanced now of any of them. He's going to walk in day one, just flip terminology because he knows pro football because he was coached by a pro football guy, Sark. This is where it's really interesting. Another said, are Mac Jones' physical tools worthy of being a top 5 pick or even a first rounder? I don't know. But if you tell me I have to win now, I think the physicals are good enough. I mean, the kid had 4 picks, completed 77% in a pro system. Who does that against top college competition? So this is where it's interesting. So I've told you, I believe whoever goes to the Niners, whoever it is, will succeed. I think Trevor Lawrence and whoever goes to the Niners will succeed. I know I'm going to lose the Mac Jones argument initially. He's going to the most proven head coach and the win now roster. It's a Super Bowl roster. So I know whoever goes there is going to win now. And Mac Jones, I believe, is going to go there. My question's always been, the NFL's not about winning games. We would love Kirk Cousins if it was just about winning games. Tua had a better winning percentage last year, 6-3, than Justin Herbert, 6-9. It's not about winning games. It's about winning big games. That's why we roll our eyes at Mitch Trubisky, who, by the way, I'm not joking, look it up, has a better winning percentage today than Deshaun Watson. And they were drafted in the same class. It's not about winning games. It's about winning big. Kyle Shanahan's not about winning games. That's not it. So I think what will happen is initially the reaction for Mac Jones will be, hey, coward, told you could win. And then eventually the reaction will be, yeah, but there's a ceiling. He is Kirk Cousins. There's a ceiling. Now, but here's where I believe we have an official draft pick, Mac Jones to the Niners. So all those scouts are essentially saying the same thing. He's ready now. He's ready to play now. He comes out of an NFL coach, Saban, NFL coordinator, Sark, NFL wide receivers, NFL offensive linemen in the best conference in football. He's closest to winning now. And winning now is very important. Kyle Shanahan has been a head coach for 4 years. He has one winning season. He's got to win now. He's got to win now. Well, the ceiling. Well, this is a guy that says, listen, Kyle Shanahan's world. He's saying to himself, I beat Sean McVay with backups. I got to a Super Bowl the 1 year my quarterback was just standing up. I want to win now. I got to a Super Bowl and led Mahomes in the fourth quarter with Jimmy Garoppolo. All these quotes, it becomes very clear. Kyle Shanahan needs to win now, has to win now. Mac Jones can win now. He probably knows watching Trey Lance, who's got a higher ceiling. But he's probably saying he hasn't played the competition. He didn't have a pro coordinator. He didn't have a pro head coach. He didn't play at a conference against pros at Georgia and Auburn, LSU. So Kyle Shanahan's world is the 1 year I had a quarterback who was upright. I led in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. Hell, I'm beating Sean McVay with backups. Here we go, hour 3. Herd brought to you by Jersey Mike Subs. Be a sub above. It's the Herd wherever you may be and however you may be listening. iHeartRadio, Fox Sports Radio, FS1. Bill Romanowski's 4-time Super Bowl champ. Not a lot of those. Big, strong opinions. I think Romanowski's fascinating. We are totally different people. I'm fascinated by him. He'll be joining us this hour. Joy Taylor, who did First Things First this morning.
Yes.
That's a lot of work. This show, you just come in. It's almost like we're just cruise controlling it. That show's a lot of obstacles. It's an obstacle course. A lot of people, and they got like 18. How many people are on that show?
There's 4 people on the show.
All right.
It's a little different beats than our show. You know what's jarring about our show compared to other shows is well, first of all, we do 3 hours, which is which is much longer. But the breaks are so much shorter. So we have a long show, but we have long breaks. So we get to take a breath. Other shows they
don't get the breaks.
No.
You know why that is, Joy? Because our commercials.
Yes, we have lots
of advertisers who covet the opportunity
exactly
to be on the show.
That's why.
I don't know if that's true, but it sounds good for us.
Yeah, it was fun this morning, though.
Good stuff. Bill Romanowski in a bit. By the way, former Patriot Chris Hogan going to stop by. Okay, Bruce Feldman, buddy of mine, works for Fox, college football guy, has a great piece in